But don't look in your rearview mirror, here comes number 8. He's a rocker and a roller, and he shows us how to shut him down. I guess he runs independent until the dead is back in town. Yeah, I guess he runs independent until the dead is back in town. Bad boy, stand on it, son.
And welcome to the Nasboys podcast. Now, did you know that Morgan Shepherd is the oldest race winner at Atlanta Motor Speedway at 51 years, 5 months, and 8 days old? He drove the Wood Brothers 21 to victory in the 1993 Motorcraft 500 at Atlanta. The youngest race winner is Kyle Busch in March of 2008. He was 22 years old, 10 months, and 7 days old when he won the Cobalt Tools 500. So, anyways, guys, welcome to the Nasboys podcast. I'm your host, Mike, aka Mike FobFam 101, with my good friends and co-hosts Cam, aka I Spy Cam.
Howdy, y'all.
And Josiah, aka Josiah_Calhoun.
Hey guys, I'm glad to be back.
Yes, welcome back, Josiah. So, anyways, let's start talking about this weekend's races at North America, or Road America. I don't know why I said North America. That should go in the bloopers. So, let's start off with the Xfinity race. What did you guys think?
Coming into the race, I don't know why this season, man, Xfinity has not disappointed me. This race was a good race. It was a classic. I didn't really have any issues with it. It was entertainable. And if I had to give it like a rating, I'd probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I also thought it was a good race. We saw some action. There was some battling going on. Hemrick, he didn't win again, but oh well. We're just gonna have to get used to that. Kyle Busch wins again. I didn't expect him to win, but whatever. He's got one more start, so the Xfinity Series can actually get fun again. But overall, it was a very solid race. I enjoyed it. So now let's take a look at what you guys had to say. 2 of you said great. 6 of you said good. 4 of you said meh/okay, and none of you said bad. Savage NASCAR, who is on the podcast, but he's not here tonight, he says, lots of action and tussles. Unfortunately, yet again, Kyle Busch won. Angry face emoji. Front row fan 34 says, good amount of passing, a few lead changes, and a all right finish. And Austin Hawkins 018 says, Gibbs, crying emoji. Yeah, because of the transmission issue. I was shocked by that because he was running a really good race as per usual, and then just his transmission gave out. And the driver of the day is Kyle Busch, which I'm probably going to have to disagree with. I'll give it – I don't really know who I want to give it to. I guess – I mean, Ty Gibbs was running a fairly solid race until his transmission gave out, so I'm going to give it to Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same. Ty Gibbs deserves it. I mean – really, it was just, it's sad to see that he went out that way, but it happens, I guess. It is racing. But I definitely think that he deserves it because I feel like he could have won. So.
Yeah, I agree with Ty Gibbs.
And now let's talk about the Cup race. What did you guys think?
Oh, I'm like, it was 50-50. I liked it, but at times at parts of it, I was kind of getting a little bored there for a minute. It was not a bad race at all, but it was just like compared to the races that we've consecutively been having, like really good races. This race was a little disappointing, a little. It wasn't my taste really, but it wasn't a bad race. If I had to give it like a rating, I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10, probably. Well, I mean, yeah, I give it a 6 out of 10. I think I'm sick with that answer.
Yeah, I thought this race was pretty good. I had to watch half of it on the radio, but yeah, I thought this race was pretty decent race. I think I would enjoy it if it did come back for years to come. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty good race, and it was pretty cool to see Elliott keep his road course throne. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought this was a pretty good race. I'll give it a I'll agree with a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right. I mean, it was not the best race by any means, but compared to some of the road courses, well, not compared to, but a lot of the road courses this year have been better. So, in my opinion, this was the worst road course race this season. But there were some battles. Like we saw a couple battles like Cindric and P Benedetto battling. We saw a couple battles middle of the pack. So that was all right to see. But once Chase got out in front because of that good call by Alan Gustafson, he stayed out there, and that was a good run by him. And a lot of people are crying and calling him Mickey Mouse, even though that was a good strategy call win. So congrats to Chase. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 as well.
You know when
So now,
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I was just gonna say, when Chase gets in a groove, he's like unstoppable at road courses.
I mean, yeah, he's one of the best road course racers, and people are already calling him the best road course racer of all time, which I'm gonna disagree with for
That's a
now at
stretch.
least.
That's like a big stretch. I hate when people say that. Like, oh, it
Yeah,
annoys me. I mean, like, because like really, like he's still very young, and he has a lot of future. But like, what if one day he got in a wreck and he gets injured? You know what I mean? And like, there's still other guys I think that are still better than him when it comes to road courses. It's just that he's figured out a car that is good for road courses, and he's figured out what to do. And I think if he can keep this up the way he's been going, he could possibly be one of the best road course kings there ever is. But he's got to keep it up. And I hate that people are already calling him the best. I just think that's too far of a stretch. I think he's really good. I don't think he's the best though.
right. I agree. I think he's out of all the full-time Cup guys, absolutely he's the best. But
Oh,
all time, no, it's Jeff
no.
Gordon. Jeff Gordon,
Yeah.
Tony Stewart, those are the top two. I mean, you could put in AJ Allmendinger as well. I mean, AJ is probably going to run part time and mostly on the road courses for Colleague next year. So, you could see AJ maybe contending a little bit more. So that will be interesting to see battles between Chase and AJ and Austin Cindric and, even Chase Briscoe. I mean, how about him? He ran a great race, finally needed that run. So yeah, that was a good race by Chase Briscoe. So let's take a look at what you guys have to say. Two of you said great, four of you said good, one of you said meh/okay, and one of you said bad. Henry24257 says, to be honest, Road America should just be for Xfinity, which I both agree and disagree with because you can't really tell from one race, and plus it would be the first and the last with the Gen 6 car. So I think we really need to see how it goes with the Gen 7 car, and then we can make a decision whether it should be taken off the schedule or not.
Yeah, I also see that.
And the driver of the day is a tie between Chase Elliott and Chase Briscoe, which I'm going to do something different and give it to Chase Briscoe. Like I said, he had a solid run. He finished, I think, sixth. So solid top 10 run for Chase Briscoe. He definitely needed that after the season he's been having. So good job, Chase.
If I had to pick driver of the day, I'm gonna go with Chase Elliott. I mean, really, he's just out of everybody, he is the best road course guy. And so far, he's too good for him. And I think that every time he goes he's always found a way to get in up in front and stay up in front and find a way to win. So it goes to him.
I give most of the credit. Oh, I'm sorry, Josiah. You can go ahead.
Oh, no, it's okay, but no, I think remember Larson's the new road course king. But I'm just kidding. But yeah, at least Bob Pockris thinks that. But I think the driver of the day, I have to agree with Chase Elliott.
Well, yeah, going to Cam's point where he can stay out front, I agree with your point, Cam, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to Alan Gustafson for that good call.
Oh,
I think it was in
100%.
stage one, but yeah, Chase did do a good job staying out front and, just doing Chase Elliott things, pulling away, no big deal. But like I said with Bubba, you got to give a lot of the credit to the crew chief, undoubtedly.
Oh yeah. I mean, 100%. I think that Chase Elliott. I honestly, I think any driver wouldn't be as good without their team.
Exactly.
I mean, like it is all like a teamwork. It really is a teamwork sport, and I don't think people really realize that. It's not just the driver driving it. No, there's a lot more behind it.
Yeah, definitely.
And those guys are athletes. For those of you who want to say NASCAR is not a sport.
Oh yeah, crew chiefs, like the crew team, they're definitely athletes, man. Like I don't know if you guys have ever seen them hop cars before, but they will. They will take, like they'll take a beating to put that tire on.
Yeah. I mean, some of them have gotten completely hit.
Yep.
And just one more thing, no hate to him, no disrespect, but if Joey Chestnut can be considered an athlete, so can Chase Elliott and Alan Gustafson and all them.
I mean, it is impressive though that he could shove 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just saying people want to say NASCAR is not a sport. Okay, Joey Chestnut's considered an athlete, so is Chase Elliott. I mean, never mind. I don't want to get into this whole debate.
No, that is a good point though.
Yeah, so now let's take a look at some news. We got some pretty big news, which I think a lot of NASCAR fans were really excited for. Atlanta is finally getting a repave after this weekend's race, but two of the drivers, Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin, are a little bit upset about some of the changes that they were making, such as, I guess, one, the actual repave, and two, because they're raising the banking up by 4 degrees. And in an iRacing simulation test, it looks more like it's going to be somewhat like super speedway racing. So what do you guys think about these changes?
I'm interested, honestly. I mean, I'm kind of happy that they're going to get repaved. I definitely think that, Atlanta needs it. But I think there's other tracks that need it more. That's the only thing that gets me a little upset, but it's all right. But the moving it up a little bit, moving the bank up a little bit, I don't know about that. I mean, I guess I could see it a little bit, but at the same time, I feel like they should just keep Atlanta where it's at. I mean, these guys have already been driving on Atlanta for years, and now you're going to change up the track, which really, I don't know. I feel like it goes against the code. I feel like you really shouldn't do that. So, that's my opinion on it. What about you, Josiah?
Yeah, I think this is a cool idea. I think it's kind of it's for at least from what I've seen from iRacing, it kind of seems like a super speedway kind of, but I think that's kind of cool. I know some NASCAR drivers will disagree with me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that it's finally getting a repave because I remember talking after the race and I was like, yeah, this track desperately needs a repave. 100%. And so I'm very glad that they're finally repaving the track. And as for the changes to the banking, I mean, I like it, but at the same time, it wasn't necessary. Atlanta is a very classic track, and we'll get into that later on when we do our top 10. And I don't think that it should necessarily be changed because there wasn't anything wrong with the track itself besides the surface. Most tracks that age definitely need to be repaved. So I'm definitely glad that that's happening.
I understand if they had to change it because of wrecks and all that, or something like that. But it's not like that. I mean, I just feel like you're just wiping away, a lot of history by doing that. And I just feel like that's a big move for the drivers as well. I mean, you got to realize now, if they do that, now they're going to have to start getting comfortable to a new track. It's not going to be the same Atlanta. It's going to be a little different, which is going to be, I'm sure, annoying.
Yeah, for the banking part.
I feel like there's not really much reasoning to repave it like this.
No, at least the banking part. They could have just changed the surface a little bit, and then that's final. But whatever. And then with Hamlin and Larson like complaining that they should have gotten driver input, I both agree and disagree with it because, like I said, it did desperately need a repave, but they could have asked like how they felt about like the banking change, and I bet most drivers would have said no. But I guess SMI they don't want to listen because I've read a lot. They have history with like repaving tracks unnecessarily, and then it ruins the track. So hopefully Atlanta doesn't get ruined. It just needed a simple repave, but maybe the super speedway thing will be cool. We'll see.
I don't know. I guess this is one of the first times that I agree with Holland. So, it's like one of the times. I mean, I believe that it does need repaved. I just hope it doesn't ruin it. But I think the banking, I don't really agree with. I just think it's a stupid idea.
I'll just, what? I'm just gonna watch it in action before I make a full opinion. So now let's talk about Lionel. I know that this is sort of NASCAR, but also not necessarily NASCAR news. But I just felt like talking about it a little bit. They are like ceasing and desisting or releasing cease and desist orders to people who make custom NASCAR diecasts. So what do you guys think about that?
I honestly, I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty selfish. For one, I think it's a scumbag move because sometimes, I mean, like I have friends that make customs, right? And they do an amazing job. Sometimes I think they do better than Lionel does themselves. Like how can it? A kid my age can make a little toy car, right? Better than what Lionel can. And there will be no chips, no paint. Like there's nothing wrong with it. It'll be perfect. I don't understand. I also just think it's very stupid and just like I think it's a selfish move. I don't really respect them for that. Really, they've lost a lot of my respect for that. And because of that, I really have stopped buying from them. I think it just doesn't make sense to me. Because it's like, what are they doing? Hurting your business? I mean, like, yeah, they may get some people to them, but I'm sure that they're not gonna like not stop buying from you. Because I've never heard of someone be like, oh, what? Lionel's does this? Okay, I'll just go to a customizer for the rest of my time and pay probably an extra 10, 15 bucks for one. I just, I don't get it.
Yeah, I know. I do think that this is kind of dumb because I saw a good point in one of the comments about this. A post about this. Somebody said like it's kind of like if like Chevy or something or like a car manufacturer got mad at somebody for painting one of their cars and then selling it. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, well, I'd also like to say now, just to give like an example of why, like, how annoying this is, right? A couple years back, a channel like called like Fine Bros Entertainment, which like was like they take like people that do reactions on YouTube, right? Anyways, they actually copyrighted the reaction and titles, and because of that, like, so people would always get their videos taken down, and sometimes they'd even sue, which is just another scumbag move. And this is what Lionel is doing, and it really is annoying. Like you're just like, it's just a douche move.
Yeah, I definitely agree that it's very sucky, and I do remember that Fine Bros thing. That was crazy. But I have mixed opinions on this because I don't know if they're doing the cease and desist thing for people who sell diecasts. Because for those of you who don't know, most of you probably know, but in case you don't know, there are people who just make them and they take requests and they sell them and they do a really good job. And then there's people who just do it for fun, like Home Cup, for example. That's mostly what his series is based off of. He makes these amazing custom diecasts, and a lot of them are actually custom that a lot of the people in the diecast series make, but he also has some real ones that look just like what Lionel could do, if not even better. And it's just paper. But anyways, I don't know if they're just doing it like if the people sell them like on eBay or Instagram, because to me that kind of makes sense because Lionel has all the trademarking information for the sponsors and they have the licensing, so I can see sort of like if they're selling it. But if they're just like making it and just being like, "Hey guys, look at my cool custom of I don't know, Ryan Blaney's Kobe Bryant tribute car or something like that." There's a lot of diecasts that, if you're not one of the top elite drivers in NASCAR, like for example, I think like the Joey Gaze, no, not even the Joey Gaze car, the Josh Berry car, his throwback to Dale Jr. this year, they canceled that in the 124 scale and they only have it in the 164 scale. So let's say that car got canceled completely. People want that diecast, so they make it and they do a dang good job out of it. And that's just for fun to me. But if they're gonna go sell it on the internet, then I can see why Lionel is doing that.
Well, like, okay, and here's my point to that too, though, right? Is that like the only reason why I get annoyed, right, is because I mean you got to think maybe these people that do sell those could look up to Lionel, and they wouldn't be as successful as Lionel, and you're kind of just like crushing their dreams. I mean, like, there's a couple people I know that sell these and do absolutely amazing. I mean, 100%, like, there's no flaws, and I mean, it's just like stupid because it's like a summer job for some of those people. Like it's a hobby that they get to do and get paid for. They can get paid for it. And I just think that like it's dumb. I mean, like it's just a selfish act. And I really don't like it for that.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you, Cam.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And now that I'm thinking about it as well, there are people who make like fake sports jerseys, like custom sports jerseys, similar to how these guys make customs. And I don't see the NBA filing cease and desist orders for a fake jersey from like China or America, or something like that. So
I mean, it's just very dumb. And like,
I agree.
you got to think too, is that like, what if this is someone's like job, right? And that is their job, and you're just gonna strip it away from them.
It's really ruining a lot of these pages. Like as soon as I saw that, like I've seen at least like 3 custom pages that do sensational jobs on diecasts. They're just like, I have to take a break from this, and it's screwing up their like mini business that they started, which I think is very crappy. But I also understand with the copyright of the sponsors. But I do agree that it is crappy.
Like one of my friends does them, and I've actually bought a couple off of him. And like, I kind of talked to him about it, and he said he doesn't know what he's gonna do. But like, it's not fair. It's not fair to them, like because like sometimes cars that are really cool looking don't even get noticed. I mean, I'm sorry, but Lionel, you kind of deride popular drivers, which I understand why. I get it. They're popular, they're famous. They're gonna get you more of the money than than anything else. But I feel like you guys need to make an open playing field for everybody because really, I mean, it's getting a little annoying seeing the same, 5 schemes every year just on a new car.
Right, I agree. So now let's go into a little bit of some paint scheme review. We're going to start off with Ryan Newman's Oscar Mayer car. This is a very different paint scheme, but I don't know what is this. First of all, the Oscar Mayer is off-centered on the hood, and it's like a full wiener on the roof. I just noticed that. It's a full wiener on the roof, and the Oscar Mayer logo is off-centered. And then the sides are just completely bland. This is a freaking 4 out of 10. What is this?
Yeah, it's an ugly car, man. It's very bland. I don't like that. I hate bland, like when it's on the side and there's nothing there. I hate that. Really, this car's a meme. He's got a hot dog on the top. All right, what is he representing the glizzies? Like, no. If I had to rate it, I guess like, I'd probably go with what Mike said, 4 out of 10. It's all right, I guess, but it's not really that good.
Yeah, I think this probably deserves like a 3 out of 10. It's just like a plain yellow scheme, and then there's just a hot dog on the top. Like I don't even know. It's just lazy.
And then next up, we have Matt DiBenedetto's Quick Lane. This is a nice little change. I like this. It's got like New York Knicks vibes, but I like it. It's not the same like red and white that we're used to seeing. I'll give it a 6.
Looking at this car, I really do I like it. I don't know why it kind of reminds me of like the Florida Gators, you know. Also like the orange reminds me of like one of those like creamsicle pop, like the little the creamsicle popsicles, like the orange ones. I don't know why it reminds me of that, but it does. But I do like it. It's not a bad scheme. It's not as empty as a Newman car, so I'd probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm not really. If I'm being honest, I'm not really digging this scheme that much. I think it's an average scheme. I'm just not really. I don't really care for this one that much. It's kind of just. It's got the bottom orange color. That's kind of just like doesn't really look that good with all the other blue on the top and then the white on the side. So I think this deserves an average 5 out of 10.
And the next up is Tyler Reddick's iCash Autos / I Am Second car. This is all right. I mean, it's a very simple scheme, kind of like what Josiah was saying about the DiBenedetto scheme. It's very average to me. Like there's only a little bit of green with a little bit of gray, and then the rest is just generic Tyler Reddick. So I'm gonna give that one a 5.
Yeah, I don't like it, man. It's just a bunch of like colors put in together, and I think honestly the iCash Autos or whatever the company's called, never heard of it before, could have really picked better colors because man, it is ugly. The green is like a faded green with like a light gray and black and white. With a red 8. Why? Why? I don't know. But I really don't like this. If I had to give it, I guess I'd give it like the same as a Newman car, a 4 out of 10. Not really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really like this scheme. It is kind of just like they just put a bunch of random colors just to, I don't know, just to do something to it. But yeah, I don't. This one isn't that good. I'll give it a 4 out of 10.
And then next up is Ross Chastain's Patriotic Circle B car or truck, excuse me. Can't talk. This car's all right. I mean, it's pretty basic. Nice just has very like basic schemes. Like they have good colors, but just I don't know why they have so much like white outline in the same like scheme on the truck every week. So I'll give this one like a 6 maybe.
For some reason, the way the circle looks like with the red, white, and blue, it kind of reminds me of like Captain America for some reason. But I do like the veteran owned like guy there on the side. That's pretty neat. I will say though, I'm getting a little tired of the same red, white, and blue for Ross Chastain. I feel like we've seen it too much, and I don't know if it's just his sponsors want it that way. I mean, maybe they could have made it black since it is like there's Mobile One on it and stuff. I just thought maybe that would be like a cool idea, but no, I guess not. If I give it a rating, I give it like a 5 out of 10. I mean, it's not a bad scheme. It's just getting repetitive.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty decent scheme. I see what you're saying about the kind of Captain America feel to it, but yeah, I think I kind of like the white backdrop. But yeah, but this is a pretty decent scheme. I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
And then next up we have Spencer Boyd's Patriotic Record Rack. I like this truck a lot. It's basically an American flag, and it looks really good and it fits with their sponsor. I'm gonna give this one an 8.
It's I don't mind it. I kind of like it actually. I think that it's a little like designish. Like there's a lot of designs when it comes into it. Like I like that it's like an American flag. I think that's pretty neat. There's a lot put into it. Like there's like a splatter effect. There's like a drip effect. There's a lot going on in this car, but I do like it. It fits in. So because of that, if I had to give it like a rating, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's hectic, but it's good. It's a good hectic.
Yeah, do think that this is the best one that we've so far seen today. But yeah, I think this one is it is kind of messy. There's kind of a lot going on to me, but yeah, this is a pretty good scheme. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
And also from Spencer Boyd, we have his Richmar Florist truck. He did this for Pocono, and it's a tribute to the Bethlehem Steel. For the Bethlehem Steel Well. I can't talk, and it's really cool. It's got the same steel well in the back or in the sides of the car, which I really like. It's just a simple picture with the nice gray and red fitting into it. I really like this. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Looking at this car, I've said this on the podcast before. Red and black just goes together, and with this cool gray, it kind of reminds me of like a truck version of Cole Custer's red, black, and gray car, like that one that he had. I don't know why, but it does. I think it's just because the gray looks the same. But I actually do like this. There's nothing wrong with it. I like that how on the hood there's like a matte. It's like a matte black, which I really like. Um, for some reason, when I see the 20 and like the black shadow behind it, like the little black shadow behind it, kind of reminds me of like a tattoo for some reason. But I actually do like this. If I had to give it a rating, I'll probably give it the same as the last one, 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this deserves an 8 out of 10. This is at first when I first saw this game, I kind of wasn't really liking it that much. It was kind of average to me, but now it's kind of growing on to me. So I've been liking this one a little more. I think it is, like an 8 out of 10, like I said.
And then next up we have Kevin Harvick's Henry's Repeating Arms car that he ran at Road America for the Xfinity Series. This is all right. I mean, it kind of gives me Home Depot vibes, but it's also very simple. I'll give it a 6.5. Resend it. Sorry.
You're good. Looking at this car, yeah, I very much see the Home Depot vibes. I do like it though. It kind of gives me like a vintage kind of vibe to it. If I had to give it like a rating, I'd probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10. I do think it is a cool scheme for sure. I like how there's a little bit of like an even playing field of color. Like yes, the orange takes over a little bit, but the black kind of fills it out, and then there's that little bit of white that I like. So yeah, it's a good scheme.
Yeah, I think this is just average to me. I don't really care for it. I don't really dislike it, or I don't really like it. But I think this is an average scheme, 5 out of 10.
And then finally, Ryan Preece's Entenmann's car. This looks really good. It looks kind of like a box that Entenmann's would be in, which is great. I mean, they didn't go too overboard. You can see kind of like the airwave type thing coming out from the side skirt, which I kind of like. That's really cool. And then they actually got a picture of donuts on the quarter panel, which, that's kind of what a box of Entenmann's donuts would look like. So I like it. I'll give it a 7.
Personally, this car is really ugly. I I don't like it. It's just nasty, right? And they got like red rims for some reason. I don't know why. It's just not. That's not really cool. But just because it's Intimates, I'm gonna give it at least a 9 out of 10 because the donuts are slap, especially in the morning. So yeah.
Yeah, I think usually I don't think that like if they just have a picture of something and put it on a car, kind of like how Body Armor is doing with Ryan Blaney, where they have their bottles on his car. But I don't usually like that in cars. But I think the donuts look kind of good, especially because they're not like really big and overtaking everything, but they're just kind of on the rear quarter panels.
All right, Josiah, we finally got back to recording now, so you can finish your thought.
Okay, yeah. like I was saying, I think I was just about to say that I like how I know some people probably aren't gonna like this, but I like how the number is like the same color as the gray part. I think that kind of adds to it just makes it look better. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good scheme. I like the wave effects on the side, and then I like the color of the blue on the top. So yeah, I think this deserves a 7 out of 10.
Okay, so now let's get into the top 10. This is top 10 Atlanta moments. So coming in at number 10 is Steve Grissom's scary crash. Here's the clip.
And there we go! No! Steve Grissom for that horrible crash. And fire on the racetrack. It's knocked the gas tank out of the 41 car. That's what we see blazing over there. I think the gas tank is over against the wall. This is at the end of the backstretch. Greg Sachs has stopped over there, but the ambulance is on the scene very quickly. The driver involved is Steve Grissom. Just tremendous impact with the wall at the end of the backstretch. That is
1997 Atlanta race. Grissom tried to spin to avoid a wreck between Jimmy Spencer and Mike Skinner, but ended up hitting the inside wall near the gate where the motorhomes were. He hit it tail first, which resulted in his fuel cell exploding into flames. Luckily, he and I believe no one else was severely injured.
Coming in at number 9, we have Jeff Gordon's 85th win. Roll the clip.
Gordon gets the big run. By 3, white flag.
Last lap. Gordon gaining some ground. Can he hang on?
Oh, Jimmy Johnson sideways as he went to the gas hard. Look at him.
Sliding off the corner. Half a lap to go. There is lap traffic ahead. We've had fantastic finishes in Atlanta. Will this be another side-by-side run to the checkers? It's going to be a sideways run to the checkers. Johnson tries to get there, can't get it done. Career win number 85. Jeff Gordon, third on NASCAR's all-time win list.
Wow. That's some driving right there.
What a finish.
Yeah, all this going on, we couldn't go back.
Yeah. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, boys.
Tony Stewart came up and passed all of those cars from running 8th all the way to 3rd.
This was a very special moment because, at this time, Jeff Gordon was making, he was already in the Hall of Fame by this time. He was going to he was going to be in it. But at this point, he was asserting his dominance. And this is a very, very special race. And, came about as just a really dominant race if you watch the whole thing, because I actually have seen this one before. Credit to Savage. Very good race.
Okay, now coming in at number 8 is the 2005 Atlanta race.
As well as Brian Vickers in the 25.
See, what I like about a guy like Carl Edwards, what you don't know, you don't know. And he don't know that he needs to be taking it easy right now. He just closed up a bunch off of turn 2 or 4. He moved up the racetrack, and it is really helping him. He is closing fast now. He's got that high line. He's cutting that gap down, boys.
And he's pulling away from Greg Biffle, but he better hurry there. A lap and a half to go, halfway down the back.
He's coming.
4/10 of a second last lap, 3/10 of a second, 2 laps ago.
And this is going to be another one of those Atlantas. I'm telling you, they're going to be side by side when they come to the line next time by.
Here they go. White flag, boys. Last lap. He's there.
And he cut the margin in less than half.
Hey, boys, watch this. Jimmy goes up high to block him. That may or may not be good.
He can get that run right here if he can get it. Keep that momentum.
He's going to get a run at him.
He'll get one shot at turns 3 and 4.
I'm telling you, they're going to be side by side when they come to the line. It's going to be another one of those fantastic Atlanta finishes.
Johnson tries to block him as who can stay on the throttle here on turn 12.
And here they come, and I think Cole's got the advantage. He does. There is the man right there. That is the man.
Perfect setup.
Yesterday, we called him NASCAR's newest star. Today, he confirmed it.
Look at Mom. Look at the tires. Splitters all rubbed off of them. Bring her on in here. Hey, and we got a backflip. You gonna do a backflip? He probably do a double backflip today.
I see it. Darryl, 5 laps to go. He was sideways wrecking off turn 2.
He was smart. He found him another line. He was all over the place. He moved high, and here he came, buddy. Oh yeah. Bring her on down here, Carl.
Talent, a great crew, a great car, and boundless enthusiasm by this 25-year-old from Missouri. That's the show me state. It's about to show all of us.
New record. One yesterday, one today.
Nobody knows that. He's going to have a lot of help for this backflip, I think.
Come on, bud. Get up on the roof.
Well, that may not be a good idea, but
And these fans love it.
Look at Carl. Watch this. Here he goes. Come on, come on. Yes! And that's after 500 miles of racing. Look at Jack. He's up in there. Jack's trying to get up in there and get him some of this. Watch this. All right.
that Jack might do a backflip. You never know.
And you know what? Jack Rouse, about a year ago, said, I'm telling you, Carl Edwards, he's the real deal.
Oh, man. What a thrill. What a thrill. Now for the second day in a row, Carl Edwards gets to drive to victory lane.
Okay, so in 2005, Carl Edwards was in second with only a few laps to go behind Jimmy Johnson. Then he would start to reel him in, and then after a little bit of him starting to reel him in, he would get to him, and then I think he would get to his inside, and then it'd be a really close finish, and then Carl Edwards would win by just not that much, and then like a nose, and then even Darrell Waltrip, before the finish was happening, he called it. He said that he thought it would be one of those amazing Atlanta close finishes.
In at number 7 is Jerry Nadeau running out of gas and Bobby Labonte stealing the win. Here's the clip.
No pressure behind. White flag is up. Final lap here at Atlanta for the Napa 500. Jerry Nadeau up on Bobby Labonte by 4.3 seconds. A little farther along, and even if it runs out, he could coast it home. He's wiggling the car. The fuel pressure's low. Does Labonte have time to catch him? The leader's off the pace. Where's the green car? Here he comes. Here comes Bobby Labonte. Is he going to have enough time? Off the final corner. Nadeau's going to lose the race. Bobby Labonte is the winner. There's your drama. Wow. Jerry Nadeau runs out of gas a half a lap from the checkered flag. Bobby Labonte wins the race.
Much really to say about this. I mean, he just ran out of gas with about a few laps to go, and then Bobby just stole the win from him. That happens sometimes in racing.
Coming in at number 6, we have Jimmy Johnson wins 1 week after a Hendrick plane crash with a clip. So
White flag is up. Final lap in Atlanta. Jimmy Johnson leading Mark Martin.
Actually, they're a little bit better this time, Jimmy Johnson, but still gained on him just a touch. But Johnson's got it. I mean, unless he makes a big mistake in 3 and 4, car can't do it.
This could be 3 in a row for that 48 car.
Buddy, come on. Bring it home. Bring it home. Jimmy, don't do any burnouts, buddy.
The emotions of the victory for Jimmy Johnson. He wins in Atlanta for Hendrick Motorsports.
That's good stuff.
And loving memory all the way.
One more thing. Yeah. Nothing.
In loving memory all the way, Jimmy Johnson with his 7th victory of the season after a terrible 7 days for the now Hendrick Motorsports.
The adrenaline comes down and the emotion hits.
And an emotional victory. You brought Rick Hendrick and Hendrick Motorsports back to victory lane with Jimmy Johnson behind the wheel, Chad.
This has been the hardest week of my life. Dealing with the loss that we had and trying to get back to the racetrack and do the jobs we've got to do and do what it is that Mr. Hendrick loves the most, and that's racing. And for us to try to put all that stuff behind us and do what it is that we need to do was just, it was hard, but we did it for him, and we did it for the love of Rick and Linda and the rest of the Hendrick family and the Turners and Liz and Dick. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. You know, poor Scott, it's just awesome.
Seems like it was meant to be.
That's the man that did it right there. It just, I don't know if it was meant to be or not, but I guarantee you, Randy Norton, it wasn't just his engine under the hood today.
Well, you feel for Mark Martin, but how could it turn out any other way?
So the backstory behind this is 10 members of Hendricks Motorsports actually got into a very big plane crash and all passed. There might have been more on the plane, but 10 of them passed away. And getting this win right after that happened, being the next race in the series, was very emotional for not only the team but also for Jimmy Johnson. So it's a very special moment, and
Yeah, that definitely was a very special moment. And now coming in at number 5, we have the 2005 Atlanta truck race.
I think he's going to do it. On the bottom of the racetrack, Kyle Busch able to hug the white line as he goes through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, Jack Sprague will try to block. Can he block Kyle Busch? Kyle Busch looks high. They go through 3 and 4. Here comes Jack Sprague up high, and here comes Johnny Benson. Benson's going to slide out of 4. Sprague's going to slide out of 4, and Kyle Busch is going to win this race.
You blocked it, bud.
What kind of finishes can we have here?
Bobby Labonte got hit hard by the 50 truck.
And then the 75 came along, but what amazing finishes we've had here at Atlanta.
Almost coming out of 4. They were 4 wide. Johnny Benson got loose. He started to spin. Jack Sprague got loose. He started to spin. Kyle Busch drives right by. We see Bobby Labonte climbing out of that 47. A very good sight to see him able to get out under his own power.
Great to see Bobby's. He took an awfully hard shot right there. Awfully glad to see Bobby out of that truck.
Now, I told you it all was going to get crazy at the end. We can't help it. It always happens here in Atlanta.
It doesn't get a whole lot crazier than that, I don't think.
So with 3 to go, Kyle Busch had just gotten new tires and was back to 9th. And then I don't exactly remember if there was a restart, but he was going by really fast and he was passing pretty much everybody. And then by the end of the lap, by the last lap, he had gotten to 3rd and he was in striking range of the leaders. So then he would start to get in closer, and then he would pass the 2nd place car. And then eventually he got to 2nd and he went to make a pass on the outside. And then I don't exactly remember who it was, but he started to, not Kyle Busch, but he started to spin out. And then he wrecked, and that caused a huge crash. And then Bobby Labonte would take some pretty hard hits because of that crash. But yeah, and then Kyle Busch would end up winning after a pretty crazy finish and a really good run.
In at number 4 is Carl Edwards flipping Brad Keselowski. Here's the clip.
And half a second. And the 99 has turned over Brad Keselowski.
And we have a caution.
My goodness.
I don't know if I'm okay.
Keselowski was on track for a 6th place finish.
Boy,
we're told there was contact between Edwards and Keselowski.
And have we seen that somewhere once before?
Talladega last year and early in this race at lap 41.
A little crossover move here by Carl. Clean here, clean here. Just slight contact.
Oh,
look at that thing go.
That looks so much like Edwards' turnover at Talladega off the bumper of Keselowski.
It really did, and I'm so wondering and hoping that when they put the
3, Edwards, who was 150 laps down, was still upset for what happened at Talladega the previous season, which, if any of you don't know, which I'm hoping most of you know, Brad had flipped him by trying to go for the win and just accidentally spun him out and flipped him into the catch fence. So anyways, he was very upset about that and got payback on Keselowski by spinning him out. But Keselowski's roof flaps didn't deploy, and he ended up flipping over and hitting the wall roof first on, like, I guess the safer barrier, and it caved in his roof, and he hurt his leg. And Edwards was parked for the race after NASCAR heard his radio telling his team that he was going to wreck him, and he was called to the hauler and was given a 3-race probation.
Coming in at number 3, we have Dale Earnhardt's win, photo finish win, which I believe was with Bobby Labonte. You know, I think they were coming in at the last turn, and Bobby Labonte actually moved him over, and very crazy finish. Actually, probably one of the closest ones I've seen, like, ever. And this was actually my first time seeing that, and like, that was probably one of the closest ones I've ever seen. There's been a couple other ones, but this one was very close, and Dale Earnhardt got the win. I believe this was in 2000, and here's the clip.
Laps his car doing almost the same thing. Here's Labonte. He's got to run. This is his last chance. This is his last gasp effort.
They're coming down for the white flag. One more lap to go. Labonte has the good run here in the quad oval. He took a look to the inside. Couldn't make the move. He'll head for the top side of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2, but Dale Earnhardt maintains the lead down the backstretch for the final time. Labonte right on the rear spoiler.
And Earnhardt goes in high. That's going to leave some room for Labonte on the bottom.
Here comes Bubba Labonte making a charge. They come toward the line. Who will it be? It is going to be... I don't know. I don't either.
Will look like Earnhardt just by a little bit.
That was one of the closest finishes in the history of NASCAR.
And Chalky Myers just said, "Who won? Who won?"
And Earnhardt's crew celebrates, so apparently he's won. It did look as if he had just a fraction of an inch advantage at the line. John Kernan.
Well, I'm with Richard Childers. Richard is going to climb down off the box. He talked to Dale. He didn't know who won it. He asked Dale who won it. So, Richard, who won it?
The scoring monitor said we did, and this is electrical. So, you know, if it's official and we did win it, I mean, that's what racing's all about right there, and that's what we've been wanting to see, and that's what the race fans want to see.
Okay, so yeah, now coming in at number 2 is the 2001 Atlanta race. This is Kevin Harvick versus Jeff Gordon. Roll the clip.
Team trying to go to victory lane for the second year in a row in this race. We had a photo finish here last race. We're getting ready for another one, folks. Get up off your seats. Here they go. For 2 in a row, trying to set them up. Gordon's going to make the big move on the inside when they get down here to turn 3. Slow car might be in the way. Here he comes. He's going to drive it to the bottom. Oh, Harvick's leaving a lot of bottom. This slow car is going to be in the way. Just like a year ago, he's going to get him, though. He's going to get him. Gordon got loose. It's Harvick. Harvick by inches. Harvick by inches. What a race. What a finish. How did Jeff Gordon hang on to that car that loose off turn 4? Man. We got him. Tell me we got him. 29 car. You got him, buddy. Harvick, you got him. 6/1,000th of a second. Somewhere up there, I think Dale's smiling. And Dale is jumping up and down right now. Good job, guys. Where is it? Folks, this is Dale Earnhardt's car and team. And Kevin Harvick, the young man Richard Childress tapped, is doing a John Force down the front straightaway. Hey, listen to the crowd. I mean, that's incredible. Steve Burns.
With Richard Childress. Richard, what an emotional win. What does this afternoon mean to you?
Hard to say. I'm just thrilled. I kept praying for Dale to help us. He did.
Richard, I saw you say something to Danny Earnhardt, Dale's brother. What'd you say?
Listen to me. how special this is.
I'm telling you, I'm speechless. Just what this means to so many people. This is a win for this young man. It's the start of a great career for him, but it means so much to these people.
Look at Kevin Harvick as the fans saluted Dale with the number 3 on the 3rd lap. Kevin Harvick salutes him on the way to victory lane.
If I was him, I'd run that thing out of gas riding around here.
What could be more fitting? What could be more special? If you believe in storybook endings, folks, this is one for the books.
I'm telling you. I got a big old lump in my throat.
Okay, so this in 2001, this was the year. This was not that long after Dale Earnhardt had tragically passed away from the Daytona 500, and Kevin Harvick was in his car that he would have been running that day, of course, in the number 29. So yeah, he was doing really good that race. He was running in the top 5, and then him and Jeff Gordon were battling, and then he would end up nudging him out by just a nose. And it was, the funny thing is, it resembled the Atlanta race that you were talking about, Cam, the year prior, where Dale Earnhardt would beat out Bobby Labonte by a nose. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And this was just a really special win. Kevin Harvick would salute to Dale after doing the 3. And then I think this is definitely one of the closest finishes in NASCAR history.
Yeah, definitely very iconic finish there. And in at number 1 is the 1992 Hooters 500. Here's some clips.
The best time to do it. But for the last 3 years here, he has earned more points.
Oh, look out. Davey Allison is in the crash, Bob.
Oh, Ernie Irvin, and it's all over for Davey Allison.
No, it's not over yet. I don't think he hit him that hard, maybe.
Well, he hit pretty well, I think.
He's got a lot of damage to the right side of the car.
Ernie Irvin spinning, coming off of corner number 4.
Davey has got his car moving.
Yeah, he's trying to pull away.
But he can't steer it.
But it won't turn.
It won't turn. The right front will not work. Oh, no, the right front won't work. He's broken the tie rod end off the car, so when they turn the steering wheel, the right front tire won't turn. And there he's a lap down.
Kyle Petty got his lap back. He beat Alan Kowicki back to the start-finish line.
Davey desperately trying to get the car to turn, but it won't happen. The car will back up, but he cannot turn the car and move it ahead to clear Ernie.
3.4 seconds. They figure you can put 11 gallons in 6 seconds. So they got probably right at 5.5 to 6 gallons in 3.5 seconds. So it's going to be very, very close.
Man, I mean, one more second on pit road would have clinched it.
We're watching Alan Kowicki. He is not leading the race. He is second, but he is in the lead as far as the Winston Cup point standings are concerned. Bill Elliott is the leader of the race. And Jerry?
The crew has just told Alan Kowicki that if Bill leads the rest of the laps, that Alan will still get credit for leading the most laps. Therefore, they told Alan to back off, give Bill the race, conserve fuel, and we will win us a championship.
Exactly right. Just what we said a few minutes ago. If Bill leads the rest of the way, Alan will have led the most by one single circuit. Kyle Petty has just been black flagged.
What, 3 more laps, Ned? 3 more for Kowicki?
That's it.
I'll tell you what a day this has been.
Elliott has a rather substantial lead. He's entering turn number 3 as Allen is halfway down the backstretch, so it's a fairly substantial lead for Bill Elliott. But it's really, besides his 5th victory of the year, going to do him no good because he's going to lose the Winston Cup.
2 more laps for Kowicki.
Hamilton has just run out of gas, and Richard Petty coming out of the garage area.
Here comes Richard in the SDP Pontiac. He has the car running again with just 2 more laps to go, but he will be on the racetrack when the checkered flag drops. He was involved in a spectacular accident early in the race. It saw the car break an oil cooler up front, caused some
some. The white flag is out, causing some fire, but Richard is back out on the racetrack. The white flag is out. Now Alan Kowicki comes down and gets it. There is less than 1 lap to go around this 1.5-mile oval at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We are not following the leader of the race. We are focused in on Alan Kowicki, who is going to win the 1992 NASCAR Winston Cup and the $1 million bonus that goes with it. Bill Elliott comes off the 4th corner. He wins the Hooters 500. But Alan Kowicki is coming off of corner number 4, knowing that he's winning the championship. There's the checkered flag for Alan. He's the champion for 92.
So the reason why it's just the 1992 Hooters 500 is because the whole race was so iconic. Starting out at lap 210, Alan Kowicki had taken the lead and started to dominate until Ernie Irvin had lost control and spun into Bobby Allison, resulting in a caution on lap 254. Now, Bobby was the points leader, and this was the season finale for the 1992 season. And that was big for Alan Kowicki. And since Bobby was basically screwed over, Kowicki was the new points leader and began to figure out some strategy with his crew chief. Now, he was supposed to pit under the yellow flag, but they decided not to because of more potential yellows. But from what it seems like, that would not work out, and the team was counting on Alan to just run 70 more laps with the one tank, but unfortunately that wouldn't work. So they tried to make it about track position, which is very smart, and like we were talking about earlier in the podcast with great moves, this is an example of a great move by a crew chief and driver working together. What they were trying to do was lead the most laps because NASCAR gave plenty of points to people who led laps. So it was just him and Bill battling the entire time to see who could lead the most laps. But ultimately, Alan became victorious, leading the most laps. And while Bill won the race, Alan won the championship. So, yeah, that's the top 10 for this week. Thanks to Savage NASCAR, who, like I said earlier in the show, is a part of our podcast, but unfortunately could not be here tonight. So let's get into the race picks. We got Knoxville. I know last episode I said last week we had Knoxville, but I made a boo-boo, so yeah. Yes, I said that as a joke. Deal with it. So, yeah, Knoxville's this week. I guess we can do picks again. I'm going to go with Matt Crafton. But I also think Haley Deegan could do really well. Cam, do not call me a simp.
Simp. You're a simp. You're a simp.
He does that every time we mention Haley Deegan.
Because listen, listen. I'm just saying now. Let me explain myself. Okay, for every viewer out there, right? We can't go a week without them mentioning a NASCAR driver. And if you could see just some of the stuff that Josiah has said, you'd understand why I say this stuff. All right, same with Savage. All right. And you're still there. All right, you're still on the simp level, especially after what I just heard you say. Okay, I'm actually also gonna go Matt Crafton. I think Matt Crafton can pull it off. He's disappointed me so far every time I picked him, but you know what? I'm gonna go with him again. I think maybe there's a chance he can do it for me.
Yeah, I agree. I say Matt Crafton wins.
And the reason why I say Haley Deegan is because she finished second there in the SRX race to Tony Stewart, might I add. And because she's just solid on dirt. I mean, if you watch her YouTube channel, her boyfriend likes to call her the Dirt Princess. So she's solid on dirt because she got that dirt background. So that would be interesting. She had a decent day at Bristol Dirt. So maybe this could change for Knoxville. And she seems really good on tracks that she's already had some experience on. So this will be very interesting to see Deegan. I don't think she'll win, but I don't know. I hope for a top 5. We'll see.
Yeah, that is a good point. I think she could have a good run.
You're such a simp. You're such a simp.
No.
I hope for a top 5.
No, at least a top 3.
No, win.
Yeah.
Come on, keep it going, guys. Let's go.
I hope she wins by like 10 seconds.
Just blows out the entire field. All right, so now let's take a look at is Xfinity racing this week? Hold on, I'll probably have to cut this out.
Yeah, you definitely have to cut this out. Especially the 5 minutes you guys had to fucking talk about Haley Deegan. You simps.
Yes, Xfinity is racing this weekend at Atlanta. Why don't you guys go ahead? I have to figure out who I want to pick. I have somewhat of an idea, but
Okay.
you guys can figure this out.
So, honestly, I really don't have a pick for this. I'm gonna be honest. If I had to choose somebody though, just someone that I've been confident with, I'm gonna go Allgaier. He's never failed to really upset me, and I think that he's just a good pick to go with. He's up there in the power rankings when it comes to Xfinity.
Okay, so yeah, for the Xfinity race, oh wait, I was looking. Wait, okay, so yeah, I'm looking at the right thing. I see Kyle Busch is gonna be racing in it, so I think obviously he's one of the top picks for this race. So
Whoa. Oh, Kyle Busch is racing in that? Yeah. All right, never mind, guys. I changed my mind. Kyle Busch, 100%. He's been on dirt. I lied. Yeah, I lied.
Kyle Busch doesn't really. Kyle Busch, it's not like the trucks where he just wins every race he's in. Sometimes he doesn't win in Xfinity, but yeah, I think he's been really good. I don't know for sure, but he's won. I think he's won almost every race he's done in Xfinity this year. But yeah, I think Kyle Busch wins.
Okay, so I forgot that Kyle Busch was racing this weekend. I was originally going to go with my boy Justin Allgaier, but
yeah,
I think for the culture, I got to go Kyle Busch. I mean, it's his last start in this season, and he's probably going to win. He's pretty good at Atlanta, and he just likes to smoke the Xfinity field. So I'll definitely go for let's face Kyle Busch, but I will expect Allgaier to have a good day. So now for Cup, I at least know my pick. I'm going to go Kyle Larson.
Oh, Brad, I was going to take him.
Take him. I don't care.
Wait, no. I'll go. Yeah, I got to go Kyle Larson, man. He's just been scary dominant. I mean, this dude, I don't know. No one can stop him right now. I mean, he's been on fire. I just don't know. I got to go Kyle Larson. I can't resist myself.
Yeah, no, Kyle. I'm going to pick Kyle Larson too. I don't remember if Ryan Blaney won the Atlanta race, but I know Kyle Larson at least dominated it, and of course Blaney would pass him though. But yeah, Kyle Larson has been scary good this season. He's been really good, and literally the only way you can stop him is if he blows a tire or you have to wreck him or something. But I think Kyle Larson is the obvious favorite, so I'm picking him.
And yes, Josiah, you were correct that Ryan Blaney won because Kyle Larson blew a tire because he raced his equipment too hard.
I will say this though. Sorry for the Ryan Blaney slander, but Ryan Blaney getting a win. Whoa! Oh my gosh.
So here's Mike's fantasy lineup that no one asked for, but I'll still do anyway because why not? Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, and my garage pick is Ryan Blaney. My bonus picks, Kyle Larson winning the race, like I just mentioned. Kyle Larson, top Chevy. Joey Logano, top Ford. Denny Hamlin, top Toyota. Chevy, winning manufacturer. And Hendrick, the winning team. And if you guys want to play some fantasy with us, why don't you go ahead and hit the link in the description box below. It will take you to our fantasy league, and just DM me on Instagram at MikeFobFan101, like I mentioned earlier, or our joint account, Nasboys _podcast, to ask for the league password, which is very easy. Actually, you know what? I'll just tell you guys now. It's Nasboys. It's simple. Go join our fantasy league. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Go subscribe to our sports channel as well. That will also be in the link. Follow our Instagrams. Join our fantasy league. Password Nasboys. And we will see you guys in next week's episode.
And
peace.
If you guys can, real quickly, go check out the sports podcast.
Yes. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace. Peace.